Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to Foundry. Last episode in Foundry, we got a jetpack, and we built this beautiful factory. All to make this stuff right here, the fuel cells. In between episodes, I brought those fuel cells all the way back home to join our production line, and at the same time, too, I went and grabbed the sheets that we are making like way back there, and I finally brought those home too. So that way we have all the materials that we've been making all over the plant, all over the place here at home. I also revamped the production here, the way how things go. I like these belt placements a lot nicer than having it the reverse way around. I was playing with the belts and I just didn't really like how everything was like, overlapping each other. It just looked really nasty. So like I was playing with it and I found this way works really nice. So yeah, I like that. Where you just kind of loop things up and then take it off instead of having things running up in the air and looping things under. I just kind of did the reverse. So this looks a lot nicer like that. Looks cleaner. Lots of like cleaner, lot cleaner. I also moved the science area a little bit. Well, not moved, but made the science area a lot bigger. So that way we can get ready for making another science. Also expanded the science machines. I added three more. And then that way, well, we're slowly building back up on science because we've done lots of science in between the episodes. The only things we got left to do are construction industry, shipping pads, well, the medium ones, space fuel, and the orbital laser. And then after that, we're jumping into like all the tier 4 stuff, right? So, what else did I do? Oh, yes, I also moved this stuff over here. So I kind of like split these belts up. This looks nicer, cleaner like that, as to oppose of me trying to like, oh, bring one over here, bring another one over here, and then do the same thing for these two. So I just figured, screw it, we'll just bring over one line for each. We'll split them off over here, since they're pretty much well the exact same recipe on both sides to produce that. So another thing we've been doing is I've been doing a lot of stuff over here with the station. There you go. So upgrades, we've done three of that. What else? Oops, I should just be hitting the back button. I think we've done another one of these. Yeah. So now we're up to 75 instead of the 50 that we had. Done a bunch of solar panels. I think we just only got the one left. Yeah. I didn't do the reactor yet, but I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I'll wait, no rush. I did a bunch of hangars once. Now we're up to like 20 ships that we can have, and we're only got like six of them in action. And I'll show you the six that we do have in action. What else we got here? I think I did a few more things down this way, like antenna and crap like that, but and Light crap. But like we're just gonna keep working our way on this, and yeah, the ships. So I did buy a few more ships, so now we all have all the T2 ships. And then if we go look at our galaxy, we have a ship running to here, which is doing just these transport bots. We have another ship going over here doing transport bots and the vacuum bots. And then we have a third ship, this one coming over here doing transport bots and vacuum bots as well. Now, I don't know if there's one way, maybe, because I think once you put like one ship on one in particular route, they can't be assigned a different route. Because like when I go and I click on like assign ships, right? The other ones don't appear here. So like it's just kind of, if I go click add ship, see there's no other ships available. So you can't like share routes. So I'm assuming you're just gonna have to keep buying ships, but then that means you're gonna have to get really picky eventually on where you expand to. I guess maybe, possibly. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that could be a thing because there's no way you'd be able to get that many ships and do the whole galaxy, and I highly doubt it. Anyways. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to there. So today's episode, I want to work on some power. Not that I think we're stressing for power. I think we're probably doing very, very good for power. Um, You look up here, it doesn't look like this system is stressing whatsoever. But from what I understand, things are gonna get really power intensive there really soon. So I wanted to go work on some of the solar stuff that we got because some of the stuff that we unlocked was solar stuff. So we got like some solar panels, we got some small batteries. We got a third line for loaders, which is kind of cool. Got a third larger transformer now for power. We also have larger power poles. I'm interested to see how large they got. A drone miner number two, escalator two. We never even used the first one yet. So see, that's one of the things I really want to concentrate on today. And we also unlocked what else here? More explosives, well, higher type of explosives. And what else? Weapon components. That sounds kind of nasty. Weapon explosives. Maybe we get like gun. Maybe we get like a gun or something. That'd be dope. Decor. So we got a bunch of decor stuff like in here, like a bunch of stuff that was in here that I already looked at. And then now we got a bunch more robots that we got to do. I'm gonna keep them on there. I don't want to touch the yellow dots because I want to do all the other ones first. And then we know those are all the first tier robots, more or less. And then these yellow ones, the yellow dots, are the second tier robots that we're gonna kind of do. So I want to do all those robots before I jump into the next thing of science. I guess like after I jump into the next thing of science, before we start like investigating new robots. I'd like to get those ones all out and those production lines up and running over there. So let's do the whole science thing, or the not the science thing, but the getting some power over here. So let's start by clearing the trees and maybe adding a nice little floor for everything over there. And voila, all gone, just like that. Now we got ourselves a nice big platform to work with. Just beautiful. Now, this is what we're working with. Those new power poles are pretty damn big. Pretty damn big. Okay, so figured out how to work all this. The big power poles can only connect to the small power poles. Big power poles can't connect to any of the other small adjacent machines, which is kind of odd. But anyways, you would go from there to here, or there to here, and then you can connect these to here like so. You should connect to there. There we go. So there, that would kind of be the system in order to like transfer the high power to here. I don't know why. Okay, well 25 megawatts. What's this one transfer? Well, that's the battery. Okay. So I guess if we're producing a lot of megawatts, we can transfer a lot, but I don't know how much these things produce, right? In kilowatts. But then it's like what, 1,000 kilowatts is a megawatt or some crap like that. I don't know. Not really sure the conversion. Anyways, we're gonna go build a whole bunch of these solar panels and a whole bunch of these batteries over there. And I don't know how many of these we're gonna need, but we'll put at least one per row, I guess, and that'll help convert the battery, the power over to the floor. That's gonna be the guess on how that works. And just like that, we have 175 solar panels and 75 batteries. Oh yeah, give us the power. Now, as long as the sun is up, that will charge everything and keep the batteries charged the whole 9 yards. I think these batteries were already charged. So yeah, we're gonna have like, might be like completely overkill what I just did here. Who knows? Who cares? But if you look here, I got 175 and 75 batteries. Yeah, we got lots of power, lots and lots and lots of power. So we ain't gonna be worrying about power for a very, very long time, in my opinion. We shouldn't, anyways. So now let's go on to the second project that I want to get involved with today, and that is creating science. Yellow science. I didn't want to actually click on it though. So we need circuit boards, energy cells, and Fermilite sheets. Well, that's really great because honestly, that means we don't have to construct anything because we're bringing all of that home right here. All right, so in order to get into the fourth science, the yellow science, we're going to start off with some of these. Let's figure out whereabouts. Oh, roughly in that alignment. Leave some space just to make it look nice. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so I think I want to make like 10 of these in a row. That's two, three. All right, each one of these is going to be making the last little science that we got here. All right, now those are all copied to science. Now let's bring the science in. Let's start with, I guess the chips. Those are the ones on the inside. All right, so there's the chips. Now all we have to do is get the fuel cells and the plates. So let's do the fuel cells next. So I'm choosing to go in the middle. That way it looks good. Um, if you jam them too much up, they don't look right. So here I kind of did the same thing. You can see how I had to go to the middle and over, so that way I didn't jam everything up together. I don't know, I think it looks a little bit better. Here's going to be the same problem if I want both of them coming out on the same line, but they're too close to each other on the belt here in order to make that happen. So I kind of got to jigger it like this a little bit. I think that's how that has to work. So there go the fuel cells. So those ones go straight to the end over there. All right, now we just got to bring in the sheets here like this. Bring them on the way down. We can stop this one before last one. So now we just need to go and put on the inserters here. And then I guess this side here shall be the exit, right? We'll start the exits in the middle, I guess. And we'll have these come down to about here, I guess. Yeah, and we'll do the same thing. We'll put them into a box and then we'll send them over. Alright, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now we just gotta set up these things here. Now all the chips are taken care of. That actually should be making science. That's good, that's good. Now we just have to output them. I want to put them into a logistics container here. Like so. Go on input here. Output there. And then we'll come here for outputs. And there we go. There's science being made. That is totally awesome. So now, let's bring this around. Sure. Oh, I'm out of belts. No way. Alright, have to go solve that. There we go, and now we have all the science lined all the way up here. Now we just gotta go and put on some of these guys. So you're an intake, you're an intake. There we go. Now we got tier 5 science loaded up. Now we just gotta do the last tier of science. We can bring it all the way up to here, and we got level 3 loaders, lane 3 loaders. So now we can just reach out to the third lane and pick them off here, which is going to be pretty awesome. So let's go find out what else we got to do for today. Oh, I forgot to complete the belt here. Narf. There we go. So this is the next thing that the game wanted us to get into was the construction industry. So let's go talk to little robot boy down here because I know he had something to say.
Great work. I'm excited. It's time to set up our construction industry. We still need to research a building to construct before we can get started. I recommend the radio tower.
All right, so there's radio tower.
Let's use our construction industry to build a giant radio tower. This one's a little more complex. You should check the info database for details.
Okay, and what about the assembly line?
Now is the time to go big. We need to construct a full-featured assembly line to mass-produce more advanced robots.
Okay, so those are going to be the two next things, I guess. So let me just check this out right quick. So by the looks of it, it gives us a couple of things here. It gives us a construction warehouse where we have to set up a production line to make. There we go. So to make these things here, construction material. So we'll have to set up a production line for these, which won't be too hard. And then that will fill up this warehouse down here with the material that warehouse accumulates. We can use the construction ship and port to take the materials and ship them to whatever area that I'm going to be working at. And the transport ships, I think these two kind of work in conjunction with one another or something like that. So yeah, that's a whole thing, right? I think that's going to be next episode for sure. But yeah, so today we were pretty good. Let's see about starting to unlock we got long range sensor scanner, radio tower, shipping pad. Oh, let's unlock this stuff first and see what it is. So I was looking through our research. It looks like the long range scanner and the radio tower are for the construction stuff that we're going to be doing in the next episode. So I'm probably just going to research these and get on with it. Then there's the shipping platform, the space fuel, and the orbital laser. Those are three things that I'll also probably do in between episodes. So, but I think that was a pretty productive episode regardless. A little bit shorter than the rest of them, but I think well done regardless. Next episode, we're gonna definitely get into all the construction stuff. We'll set up a production for that. We'll try to find a place for it all too. I've been sitting here looking at how I want to do things, and I'm not really sure where I want to put all this big construction stuff. I'm thinking farther down that way, down the production line, just because I don't want to get in the way of things that I have going on up this way. So, all right. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, everybody. Like, subscribe, peace, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.